Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this is where we left off last time. We have our custom Mario-like movement done. One problem that I would like to solve today is, you can probably tell as we are moving close to the edge of our platform, the camera currently is not following our hero. So today I wanted to show you two ways in which we can implement that. One is going to be by a simple script, and the second one is going to be with the external package. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create new script, name this FollowTarget, and since we want our camera to follow the target and the target is going to be our player, I'm going to apply the script to main camera, and you can see it added here. So let's open that one up. It should be here, I assume. So what do we need? Basically, you can get rid of all of that, and we're gonna need a serialized field that's gonna say transform target. That's the target targets for camera, or we could even do better and do the tooltip target for camera to follow, right? And then we have to use fixed update, and I'm going to just create a new method here and name it follow. Let's create that method, and here I'm going to just simply say transform position should be equal to target position. Okay, and here you can see that we have to apply the target, and that of course is going to be our player. So let's hit play, and what we can see is this blue rectangle. You might wonder why, but if we switch to 3D view, we'll find our answer, and you can see that what we're missing here is some kind of z-axis offset, because right now our camera is rendering what is in the position of a player and not rendering what is like in front and representing our game. So we have to offset our camera. So let's get back to the script, and I'm gonna create another tooltip and say camera, let's say offset of the camera from the player, serialized field, and let's say private vector 3 offset. Okay, well, I can live with that, but we could format that better. Okay, and let's say vector 3 target position. That's gonna be, well, let's say camera position. That actually makes more sense. It's target position plus offset. Let's apply that. Okay, and go back to Unity. And right now I can apply the offset, and as you can tell, the offset should be -10 in the z-axis. And if I hit play, right now I can see that my camera is following my player precisely. The problem is this feels a little bit rough and immediate, so maybe we'd like to smooth it off a little bit, and I can do that by going back to my script and say serialized field range 1 to 10, There's gonna be float smooth factor. So how smooth is the movement of the camera, and instead of directly applying the camera position to our target position, we're gonna lerp it. So add like a linear interpolation, I believe. Lerp. Yeah. Okay, so we can interpolate the positions with some kind of time factor. So that's gonna be, we're starting from the current transfer position and we want to move to the calculated camera position. And we do that through some kind of value used to interpolate, which should be somehow reliant on time. So time, fixed delta time, and smooth factor. Okay, and let's set the smooth factor to 2 and play this now. And yeah, this feels way better. Like you can see, the camera is not following the player now immediately, but rather the camera itself has some kind of velocity that and it needs time to start following the player. So this is all good, and we could leave it at that, but there's another way we could control our camera. So I disabled the FollowTarget script to show you that. Go to Package Manager, and here make sure that you've chosen Unity registry, search for Cinemachine and install. And this is the external package that you can use whenever you need more control of your camera. Is well known, battle tested. There are different types of cameras, but we're gonna use 2D camera. So to start using Cinemachine, click left in your hierarchy, go to Cinemachine and choose 2D camera. I'm going to say Cinemachine 2D camera. That's descriptive enough. And you can see that we have that new object created here. And also our camera now has additional component called Cinemachine Brain, because Cinemachine does not create new camera, it rather modify and overrides the behavior of your camera. So if we leave it at that, now we have just a standard camera, zoomed out a little bit. So let's go to 3D. I'm gonna reset the position, also reset that position, okay, and I'm gonna move it to -10, and now it's also in the -10 on the z-axis. And here, to make it follow, we have the follow property. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna drag and drop the player transform here, and it's gonna start following our player. So that's cool. Then we can change the lens ortho size to zoom in a little bit, and I'm gonna leave it probably at 6. There are other properties, but one thing that's gonna be the most interesting to us, let's change it back to 6 because we were in the play mode. If we go to the body, what we're gonna see here is dead zone width and dead zone height. And you can adjust these properties. I'm gonna set this to probably 2.5, and then you have to define the height, and I'm also gonna define 2.5. And what that's gonna do is that camera will only start moving whenever our player leaves that rectangle, right? So it gives some kind of offset to the movement of the camera. So if I move just a little bit, you will see that the camera is not moving at all. But then once I leave the dead zone, it will follow my player closely. Right, so this is cool, and you can go and adjust these values as you want, and you can see right here that it stops following the player whenever the center of the player is in the frame, in the threshold, right, in the area of the dead zone width. So if I'm gonna just bring it down, you can see that the camera is following, and then if I move it up, the Cinemachine knows that the player, the center of the player, is inside of the frame of the dead zone, so it's not gonna follow the player anymore. Yeah, and this gives you a lot of control, but both the solutions are good. You can write that dead zone on your own, right? And oh, we have an issue here. We'll probably fix it next time. But this is how you can make the camera follow the player, or basically any target. Yeah, so thank you for that, and I'll see you, boom, in the next one. Goodbye.